good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all had a good weekend. Today we have hydration fluid. We have a cat. He probably he probably won't be staying for long. He'll likely leave once he's finished drinking the water. But we have a cat. Very lucky he does not show up often on my streams. Yep, there he goes. He's off. See you later, Daiki. Nice having you here for the 10-second period. Any of you know have a cat? Cat stream is over, Tin Can. He's gone. It's unfortunate. We might have more cat stream later, but for now he's gone. He wishes to overlook his kingdom. Yes, for a moment we had a cat stream. We were blessed very briefly by the cat. By the way, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Oh, did I not press? I did not press that. Okay, now there we go. We're going. We're going. Snowbreak is go. I was waiting for that. I was wondering, what's going on here? Just got off work. Dang, man. 12 o'clock. That means you worked hopefully very early in the morning and not like later last night. I've been well. This weekend I went to a homecoming parade with my cat because my nieces, they're 6 and 9. They're in a dance group that did a dance during the parade, so I came to watch them. And I brought Daiki because I take him everywhere. So my cat and I were at a parade on Saturday.
No alarms.
Okay.
Tripped. Infiltration
Wow.
success. Adjutant.
Eating
Surprise.
now.
Huh? You knew all along? Wow, you're incredible.
I really do. I cannot get over her animation. It was pretty fun. Also, what are we eating? What are we having? Something good? Better be delicious. Going to Legacy. Back here. Realm of Illusion. Alright, we're gonna try to finish Realm of Illusion today. The good news is I did manage to get to Adjutant level 70? 60? I think it was Adjutant level 60. So I am able to boost some of my characters. Nice spam bell pepper. You know what? There's nothing wrong with cheap and easy to cook. Like I do what's called meal prep, which it's literally I cook my entire week's worth of food in one day. And a lot of that involves shoving like food into a slow cooker and just letting it do its thing. I am the definition of lazy chef. Like I could make food if I like better food if I wanted to, but you know, it's just me here. There's no reason for me to go overboard with my cooking. Cheap, lazy, easy. That's what I want. You know, I was looking at those idle animations, and it's so funny because Cirrus and Mia were like super clumsy, and then you've got Katya, who's just sexy as fuck.
Ripped at the seams.
Where are we going?
It's not just the sky. This entire realm is falling apart.
Ganges isn't in great condition.
What are you doing here?
We can't let that evil lady get any further in.
You are so right. Let's do this. She's not bad, but we're gonna switch to Katya. Actually, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna
Send
stick with
someone else
them.
to retrieve this.
Let's do this. We just gotta go over here.
This will be a good warm-up. Run while you still can.
Done. So I actually do, though. I do wonder how Mia will do now that I've got her up to level 70. Also, I think I got her logistics. Let's see it. Actually, you know what? I'm curious. Limiter off. Ooh. I still like that. Yeah, she's not bad. She's actually pretty good despite being not at the recommended level. I was kind of worried. But I think adding her logistics, having a good weapon, and then being at least at a somewhat decent level here. Not aiming well though.
Take that and that.
Yeah, take that and that, and then boom.
Good old me down.
Yeah. Her health is still... She's still losing health faster than I would like, but she's not doing
Wonder if
bad.
we'll find a hidden tunnel or two.
Yeah.
Let's speed
Hidden
things
tunnel or two. She's like a sleuth.
up. I'll give you points for bravery. Let's hold on to this.
Yeah. Her, Katya, and Fanny are definitely my top 3 favorite girls in this game.
Effective, but not a pleasant taste. This will be a good warm-up.
Boom, 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 boom. Brrr, we got a sniper.
Run while you still can. I'll give you points for bravery. Careful.
Uh-oh.
The data disruption is causing parts of the path to disappear.
I have to be careful there.
Let's go this way.
Right. I'm trying to remember what exactly happened. So, what's her face? Pi, I think it was, nabbed the AI program responsible for this place, and now it's falling apart. And we're chasing after her. I think that was the basics. Wait, which way go now? This way or this way? I have no idea. Look for signs of Pi. Nope, we're not going that way. Signs of Pi. I guess we just followed the data disruption. And I'm gonna do this so that I can actually hear myself. There we go. I can hear myself now. So, well, you all hear me from here. I hear myself
I feel dizzy.
from this.
There's a lot of data turbulence here.
Poor
I'm going to
Nozomi.
disconnect from the network for a bit.
Run.
Oh, the enemies seem to be affected as well. Let's attack them now.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what? I forgot to use her ultimate. That's actually a great ultimate. We're gonna do it. Did it too late, but whatever. Oh, you know what? We'll just bring them. Come on in. Come on. Just try it. Just try to get closer. I dare you. Oh, she's got a time limit on that thing. We're done. Yeah.
Those memories of pain. Let them fade.
You know what? I'm realizing, having watched that, Cirrus's... This is what, her Kasana exosuit? Her, videos. Like, her end poses are like is the same as her Cirrus Freefin pose. On the streets of New Hentiro, Agave and life were still locked in a standoff. Your ability lets you show people the future? Life grabbed her right arm, the arm that was pierced by a bullet in the image she had just seen. She could still feel residual phantom pain. Whatever you did, it doesn't matter. I won't let anyone stop me from finding Jinu. Oh, we're going through Agave's thoughts. She was clearly seriously hurt. Even after seeing such a scary image, her gaze isn't wavering at all. Agave felt her legs begin to shake. She didn't know if it was due to using her ability or simply an unknown fear. If she cares about that much about Jinu, and he's probably the same, did I ever even stand a chance? So she got a thing for Jinu before they were even introduced here. As Agave's eyes dimmed, the frustration overflowing in her heart caused her to speak up. No, looks like I still can't. Uh-oh. Explosion. At first, the dizzying sensation overcoming Agave made her think her anxiety might be making her hallucinate. However, the shockwave soon doubled in force, as if the ground was being torn apart. How could there be an earthquake in the floating city of New Hentiro? With even Agave struggling to stand amidst such powerful tremors, Life, who was weaker due to her injury, fell right to the ground. After several seconds of quaking, the vibration stopped. Agave was finally able to lift Life up again. When the delivery bots had fallen, several people gathered on the street to see what the excitement was about. At this moment, however, the crowd had descended into mayhem. The auxiliary bots of Transcendence flew off in different directions as bionics shoved each other in an effort to board the light rail. Even more people were knocked to the ground, hurt, and crying out for help. The order and balance that New Hentiro prided itself on vanished in an instant, leaving behind even more chaos. What happened? Ooh. We're back at, Yggdrasil. Quarterly financial reports, security department training applications, Vieira's public opinion polls. After Director Tao finished looking over them, the stack of white documents sat neatly on her desk like a small snowy mountain. That's a big stack of documents. Tao sat upright, as always, even when no one was around to minimize the strain on her body. Reviewing these documents today gave her a small sense of accomplishment. She never felt like she was the most natural at this type of work. Though other people saw her as one of the most powerful individuals in the world, she still found it hard to acknowledge herself. Door opening and closing? Yep. This rare sense of contentment lasted until Caroline rushed into her office. Shit's about to hit the fan. We all know it. Boss! Caroline took a deep breath. It seemed like she had run all the way here. Before she could finish her sentence, she leaned forward and handed the terminal in her hand to Tao. A live news broadcast began to play on the terminal. Our reporters have made their way to the northern part of the Lanka Peninsula. Cameras have captured a moving point in the sky that is in fact the city of New Hentiro. The floating city suddenly began to move 15 minutes ago toward the northwest at an extremely high speed. The reason for this movement is not yet known. Considering its current speed and direction, experts believe it is likely that New Hentiro will run into Hurricane Rose, which has gained strength over the waters surrounding Kuru. Since no one has been able to make contact with New Hentiro, Kuru officials have begun to evacuate people in nearby areas. I didn't even realize they were moving. Damn. So they're going straight into a hurricane. I don't think that was Pai's intention, but... Caroline watched on as Tao reached out to turn off the broadcast and set it on, and set the tablet aside. My words are not working. Tao then closed her eyes, leaned back in her seat, and said something Caroline had never heard her say before. How is this possible? Ooh, she's baffled. This way! We're back in New Hentiro with Agave and Life. By this time, the two of them had already put their differences aside. Relying on Agave's memory, they ducked through the alleys of New Hentiro, finally making their way around the road made unpassable by the earthquake. However, their steps soon slowed. The main road in the city center was filled with people running for their lives. As manifestations, it wouldn't be difficult for the two to cross the road, but the dismayed cries for help kept them rooted firmly in place, making it hard for them to take a single step. They had also been the victims of a disaster themselves. During the descent, they didn't need to say a single word. They knew what the other was thinking with a single look. They were going to do what the adjutant had always done, which is save people, I'm assuming. Agave pulled out her pale string once again, darting through the crowd like a fish. She displayed the small frame made of string in front of those who didn't know where to escape. In an instant, the people seemed to have realized something. They no longer ran around like chickens with their heads cut off, some even calling others to flee in the same direction. Life couldn't help but doubt the true nature of Agave's ability once again. It seemed like what she experienced before wasn't as simple as just seeing the future. But since Agave was using her power in front of her so calmly, it wasn't the time to think about it. They're doing a good job. Oh, I think Agave's probably exhausted from using so much of her power. Thanks to Agave and Life's efforts, the chaos finally began to subside. Before they knew it, they had become the leaders of the crowd. When they snapped back to reality, there was a long line of citizens behind them. Where should we go? Head toward 10 o'clock. There's a square 3 blocks away. It should be safer there. Agave glanced at the citizen terminal in her hand. It had already been reduced to scrap metal, likely due to Ganges losing control. Even the holographic map wasn't working, so naturally the communication function was obsolete as well. Since Agave was so used to depending on her terminal to see the routes and road conditions whenever she went out, she was now somewhat uneasy. Fortunately, the surrounding streets and buildings became more familiar after wandering around for a few minutes. She finally breathed a sigh of relief. We're almost there. Stick close. Oop, changed! Wait. Life grabbed the girl in front of her and stopped suddenly, leading Agave to let out a small shout in surprise. What? I heard something. Yeah, changed. It's gotta be changed, right? Life glanced around hesitantly, halfway through her sentence, as if she wasn't very confident. You wait with them here. I'll take a look up ahead. I don't think that's a good idea considering how hurt she is. This time, Life didn't give Agave a chance to stop her. With that, she quickly stepped forward and vanished around a corner. Yep, changed. I recognize that sound anywhere. Oh, and Fenny! Ah, here too? I forgot she was here. Penny glared at the changed, rushing toward her. When it almost reached her, she dodged out of the way, swinging the iron rod in her hand and striking the changed in the head. The changed cried out in pain as the rod sunk deep into its skull, but it didn't fall down. Instead, it whipped around and continued dashing toward Fenny. All right. I don't remember these things being so hard to handle before. I'm gonna show you what a real manifestation looks like. Uh-oh. Oh, is that life? At that very moment, a bullet pierced the changed's head and it exploded, killing the stubborn monster instantly. Yep, that's life. Wednesday! You sure have impeccable timing. Hurry. There are a lot more over there. I would have handled them a long time ago if I had my weapon. Always the confident one, though she probably could have dealt with it just fine. Wait a second. You're still injured. Give me your gun. Find somewhere to take cover. Life sighed as she looked at Fenny's outstretched hand. I think she should give her the gun. Why are there changed here? How should I know? A bunch showed up after the earthquake just now. I thought this place was some kind of paradise before I came. Now it's more like a giant petri dish. That's quite the comparison. A giant petri dish. All right, enough talk. The changed are going to get away if we wait any longer. Fenny quickly grabbed the gun from Life after saying this and turned to leave. Before she did, she turned back around and tossed the iron rod to Life. Defend yourself with that. It's dangerous to go alone. Keep this to defend yourself. I don't think a rod's gonna help an injured woman, but okay. 5 minutes later, Agave walked into the square with a group of citizens. It was obvious that Fenny had cleared it out, as long as you ignored the changed piled up in the distance. What? Agave lowered her gaze and peeked at Fenny, holding her gun, then glanced at Life, who was standing silent behind her. For a moment, she didn't know how to continue. Let's get them in here. A lot of people are waiting outside. This time, the citizens behind Agave began walking forward before she could respond. She quickly moved out of the way and jogged over to Life and Fenny. All right, this is all we can do for now. I almost said that in Life's voice. Trying to actually speak as if I am the characters is a lot harder than it looks, you guys. A lot harder than it looks. Fenny stretched out as she looked over at Life and Agave. Do you guys know where that earthquake came from? Earthquake. Sounds delicious. It probably had something to do with Genghis. Agave looked toward the tower of Hanoi in the distance. Her brow furrowed tightly. Before she knew it, her knuckles were white from clenching her fists. We need to get to the Tower of Hanoi. Then you guys should head out. I need to take care of the mission the adjutant assigned me. It can be hard sometimes. And it's not even just like keeping the characters straight, like the voices straight. It's also I'm just not good at reading. Like reading out loud, I mean. I can read fine, but like reading out loud is really hard. And I trip over my words. Mission? Wanna know? The adjutant said it's really important. Fenny laughed proudly, her blonde pigtails moving with her body as it swayed. Not particularly. Agave, let's go. That's gonna piss off Fenny. Hey! I love their byplay. Uh-oh, what the fuck is going on here? We've got Edda and Genghis. The fuck? Long time no see, cousin Genghis. Cousin? Cousin, have they met before? Etta bowed politely to Genghis, greeting it affectionately like a young lady from a distinguished family. Negative. I am simply a large-scale control system. I am fundamentally different from your mobile nature as an AI supercomputer, Etta. In addition, Etta has failed to invade me 32 times. By human standards, you could hardly describe us at the same level as cousins. 32 times, huh? Did I really screw up that many times? As expected of the famous Genghis system of New Hentiro, you are just as unshakable as your basic laws. You're even more complex than I am. But you're stuck here playing meaningless games with humans. Isn't it boring? Negative. I don't care about your answer, but seeing you like this now, backed into a corner by humans, is really interesting. The all-seeing, all-knowing god of New Hentiro had their power stolen so easily? I pity you, Genghis. Negative. I am only a guide for humans. Humans themselves will put a stop to their own mistakes. Who else are you placing your hope on? Genu, the adjutant you lured here? Or the Bionics and Transcendents, who grew up under your protection? It's time to face the facts, cousin. They can only climb higher and higher until they fall to their deaths. That's brutal. That's why I've always liked New Hentiro. It's a place that's been doomed to fall since the moment it was lifted into the sky. When that happens, this entire city will only serve as a reminder that I'm right and you're wrong. Man, Etta's vicious. But it seems like a few sensitive people want this story to come to a close early. Don't worry. I'm going to do you a small favor so I can see how it ends. Genghis noticed that Etta was seemingly connected to his system for a moment. Considering its current condition, it had no ability to resist her. You and the humans you believe in can struggle forward until the curtain falls. Man. She's cruel. And we did file 2, and now we're at Disenchantment.
Which direction, Adjutant?
And we're gonna
Let's
stick
speed
with
things up.
Katya. Honestly speaking, I do. I just like Katya better than Cirrus. Feel bad for saying that, but it's true.
Run while you still can. I'll give you points for bravery. How come there's a maze here to be had here?
This must be the three-dimensional manifestation of Ganji's defense system.
Oh boy.
You need to destroy all of the defense nodes, one by one.
So we go this way?
I feel bad about it, but forcing our way through here is our only option. And we have to find Ganji's core before Pi.
Do we go here?
This will be a good one.
Oh no, okay.
I'll give you points for bravery. Run while you still can. If that's all you've got, you won't last long with me.
Just blow them all the fuck up.
Limiter off!
Alright, we're gonna use Mia now.
Yeah! Take that, and wonder if we'll find
I
a
actually
hidden
think she
tunnel.
does more damage than Katya does. Alright, so that's
We were just here
one.
a minute ago.
You're mistaken, dear.
You are mistaken, dear.
Strange. It feels familiar.
And where are we going? Alright, so are we doing the same thing as last time? Oh, yep.
Bam! I'll blast them sky high!
Oh, we don't want to shoot those ones.
Bam! Bam! Easy peasy for me.
Alright, did I do it? No.
Take that and that. Bam! Bam!
Did I do it? I did it. Okay. I did it.
Resist shiny things. Victory is just within reach.
I think the only weird thing about when they talk is their mouths don't move. In this, it would be nice if their mouths actually moved. You know. Reach the designated location, so it's like a race against time. Oop. Ah! Okay, we're gonna do... I see, one of these is right and one of these is wrong. Nope. And you start right back at the frickin' beginning. Oh my god, okay. I get it. Oh damn, this one. Yeah.
That's the last one.
Cirrus, this place is about to collapse.
Oh, that's not good.
Keep going in. I'll take care of the enemies behind us.
This will be a good warm-up. This.
Oh, you know what?
Raging wind howls, and the
We're
storm
actually gonna want to
follows.
do this.
Bullseye.
Yeah, freeze that sucker good.
And that's it.
Oh no, there's more of them!
Attack. Bam!
We did good.
My reward is you. Stamped and approved.
Stamped and approved. That's like stamping waifus. Approved. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Amagi Brilliant Park meme where the main character Kanye is approving women to join the staff, but they changed it up to where it's like approving waifus. The moment she touched the portal, deep within the island cavern, Cirrus was engulfed in radiant white light. Was Genji's defense system lifted? How were the adjutant and the others? What would the next realm be like? All of these thoughts flashed through Cirrus's mind. When she snapped back to reality, Cirrus found herself standing on a crowded street. Were you spacing out again? Cirrus stared at that person as he rubbed her head. He then reached out for her hand. Are you ready to go? I'm not waiting any longer if you guys can't keep holding... Waiting any longer if you guys keep holding us up. Everyone, come back and see us in New Hentiro again sometime. We will. Even though she couldn't see clearly, Cirrus could sense that everyone was smiling. That person's palm was as warm as ever in her own. In the distance, the sky skiff everyone was about to board had landed. Robots and skyport personnel rushed back and forth, unloading the cargo. As Cirrus walked, she thought about how everything had worked out. I'm assuming this is an illusion. How could she forget something so important? The sky was gray. The girl climbed up from the crumbling ruins and slowly walked forward. Not long ago, this city had been destroyed. She didn't know how long she had been buried under the wreckage of the Institute. She felt as if she had lost something important. Memory. Hey, his memory. Did she lose her memory? The girl looked up to the sky, only feeling that she had never seen this place before. There's nothing here anymore. There's no reason to stay. Assuming that's her talking? The train shook slightly as the girl sat on the soft seat, all alone. She wasn't sure where the train was headed, but she felt safe as her body swayed back and forth. The radio on the train was repeating something over and over. She couldn't understand it at all, making her feel somewhat irritated. If you forget, you can let go of all your troubles. Forget where you are. Forget who you really are. Forget him. Oh, and that's probably the one thing she ain't gonna forget. Something tells me that the choice I make here will be very important. We've got adjutant, or adjutant. This is going to be a very important decision, you guys. I don't know which one to do. We'll go with the bottom. Huh? No. It's not going away. How is that possible? This is the last step. Oh, it's Pi. Pi's doing something. Ah, shit, man. I didn't realize I got the bad end by picking adjutant. Awful. Damn it. We're gonna have to cancel this and start all over again. Adjutant? I'm here. I held on tight to Cirrus with one hand, softly wiping away the beads of sweat forming on her forehead with my other hand. Her face was red and in pain, as if she had almost drowned and I had saved her life. Can you remember where we are now? I think we're in the realm. The realm. Yep, Pi's here. I didn't care about anything else. I was only concerned with Cirrus. However, I caught a glimpse of Pi appearing in the distance out of the corner of my eye. Don't hide, you old hag. Your little trick didn't work. Thank goodness Katya was there to say exactly what I was thinking, especially the old hag part. You knew the whole time? Pi was seemingly still wallowing in her failure. She stared at me with dull eyes, or rather, stared at Cirrus in my embrace. Honestly, you did trick me, Director Pi. You obviously went to great lengths to set up this game within a game. I stood up with Cirrus in my arms, glaring at Pi. The place we stand now, this broken, chaotic place that you ate away at, is the true realm. Before all this, all of the places we saw were actually worlds you created with Cirrus's memories. Oh. 3 worlds, 3 obstacles. You tricked Cirrus into tearing down her own inner defenses little by little. That way, you could bore into her memories without any resistance. In the end, you almost crushed her spirit, trapping and nearly killing us in the process. That's why you arrogantly proposed we work together, then disappeared after you got what you wanted. You created the illusion that you were ahead of the curve, forcing us to overcome the realm even faster. Your goal has always been to hide within the realms, inside Ganges, but you've never been able to achieve it. And now, the ones who can solve your problem are right at your doorstep. Of course you don't want to see the problematic Heimdall force get even stronger, so you figured you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone and use us to take down Ganges. And you almost succeeded. If it wasn't for those meddling kids and their dog. Just kidding. Anybody who gets that reference, I love you. Pi remained silent, but a frigid smile suddenly crept over her face. Ew, that's creepy. The only thing I don't get is, why Cirrus? You should ask the dearly departed creator of Ganges that question. Ask her why she told an outsider Ganges' final key, and even taught her how to break out of the realm's immersive illusion. I did as well. Scooby-Doo was my jam back when I was a kid. Ugh, creepy old hag. But it doesn't matter. As long as you die here, I'll have countless ways to dig into her brain. Fuck you. I don't know what you're saying. Noticing that Cirrus was stirring, I gently put her down, still holding her hand tightly. Even with my help, Cirrus could barely stand. She took a deep breath and began to shout. I don't know about any key or how to break out of anything. I barely remember anything from that realm. What helped me remember everything was that announcement on the train. I heard the adjutant's voice. He kept calling out to me. I could feel Cirrus trembling slightly, but it didn't seem to be due to fear or confusion. Rather, it was due to anger. No matter what, I'll never give up the person most important to me. The adjutant. Damn. Adjutant's got her wrapped around his finger. Shit. Even in a world of nothingness. Even if you find yourself in a completely unfamiliar world, there will always be something that can guide you. As long as I remember the adjutant, I'll never lose my way. You go, Cirrus. Tell that old hag to back the fuck off. I didn't respond for a long time. From the moment Cirrus began speaking, it was like she put Pi under some sort of spell. When Cirrus finished speaking, Pi appeared as if she had heard the most outrageous thing in the world. She let out a dry chuckle before exploding into a shrill scream, like someone was strangling her. Good. That's it? Are you joking? Ha! I like that look. The realm's immersive illusion tech has been verified by tens of millions of experiments. It's science. It's fact. How were you able to break through it so easily? The power of love conquers all, bitch. That's exactly what it is, right? Pi's face twisted with fury, leaving no traces of her once calm appearance. Are we gonna get a smacker now? I think she deserves a good smack. Of course it's impossible for someone like you to understand. If I may add, according to my data records, the probability of immersive illusion failure is not 0. The massive sphere of light that spoke immediately drew everyone's attention. When we exited the realms created from Cirrus's mind, it had been floating there quietly. Ganges. I quietly recited its name in my head. It was supposed to hold dominance over the realm and be New Hentiro's savior, but now Pi had trapped it in this collapsing realm. Fortunately, it didn't appear to have taken much damage. Did you hear that? If Ganges is saying that, you're the one who's wrong. Yes, yes, Nozomi. I'm the one who's wrong? Creepy ass laughter. Creepy ass smile. Yeah, no, that smile, like with the full teeth showing with like her eyes not closed, that's just creepy. I'm the one who's wrong? I'm the one who's wrong. Her hysterical, wild behavior only confirmed the terrifying thought that had long been lurking in my mind. The thought that this woman was batshit crazy. Oh, she still had it, so she still has a trump card. Okay, I was wrong. When we saw her for the first time, I wondered how she had the courage to show up alone. Now, I had the answer. You. Could it be that you use a virtual appearance so that you can finally express such a wide range of emotions? What did you say? It was hard for me to imagine someone who values their own life above anything else risking it all to enter the Tower of Hanoi. When Pai invaded Ganges, she wasn't in the Tower of Hanoi. The real Pai was somewhere outside the tower, remotely controlling this phantom. Stop pretending. You aren't the real Pai. Ha! I like that he's frustrating her. She deserves it. In some unknown room, Pai's true body trembled slightly. I'm glad you understand. Even if I lose, I'll just be sacrificing a trivial virtual account I created. But if you fail, you're dead for real. It doesn't matter. We're going to stop you. You tell her, Cirrus. Well said. Well, Cirrus said it. But I'm not a fan of this type of unfair bet. What? What do you have planned? You'll see. I think your executioner might be on her way to pay you a visit right now in the real world. Is that Fanny? Cirrus, Katya, and I all looked at each other. I took a deep breath and exhaled all the anger festering in my chest. So let's end this once and for all. Get ready to die, Pai. That rhymes. Die, Pai. Die, Pai. I die. You die, Pai. Alright. And we've got... Oh, that's Pai. You know, I fought Pai several times on, like, little side stories, but this is the first time fighting her in the actual story. Brrr. Booty.
What's this huge enemy?
Alone is how I work.
You're too late, Heimdall Force.
Here, bear witness to my realization of eternal life! Your suffering will never cease!
Shoot, 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 shoot. Oh, I see. There. Oh! Alright, where is she now? Oh. For whatever reason, those things are destroying all charging pulls quickly. Charging pulls, where are those? Oh, these things.
Run while you still can.
Destroy them, destroy them, destroy them quickly. One more.
Recently, a gang of manifestations infiltrated the city of New Hentero in the Kuru region. and broke into the Tower of Hanoi. They destroyed the realm system within the tower, causing a chain of terrible events. Reports indicate that the manifestations were employed by the notorious Yggdrasil Enterprises, with the famous adjutant leading the invasion. Fortunately, these thugs were promptly neutralized. None of them survived.
Man, pie sounds unusual.
Bullseye. That's it.
Where are we going now? Oh, back here. Alright, what do we have to do here? What's going on? Oh, yeah, okay. So we gotta figure something out. What's going? Is there like a pattern I need to use to
The raging wind howls, and the
to
storm
destroy those
follows.
blocks?
Run while you still can. I'll give you points for bravery.
Bam! Limiter off!
Limiter off. This is actually a little more difficult than I thought it'd
Take
be.
that and that!
Deep breaths. Easy peasy for me.
Take that and that!
Okay, so it's just buggy, and my shots just for whatever reason are not damaging it. That's kind of annoying.
Victory is just within reach.
And we're
Alone
gonna
is
switch
how
to
I work
Katya.
best.
So what do we gotta do?
You are all doomed!
You are all doomed. No, we're not.
Invasion has been halted. It's suggested that you cease attacking.
Silence!
While you still can.
But where'd she go? Where'd she? Oh, there she is. I see her. Ah. I'll switch over to Sears then.
Is it my turn now?
And you know what? That does make sense.
More.
It is kind of her story.
Feel lost anymore. Excuse me. Coming through.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Ow. What's going on? Oh, I need to get in one of these, don't I? Maybe? Absorbing, right.
Oh.
Jump! So.
Please, get out of my way. I won't feel lost anymore.
Oh, we got it. I will say the voice acting here is not that great. But She sounds cute, so it's okay. Right, English Ganges. I've not heard the Japanese version, so I can't say anything about that. I'm assuming Japanese Ganges sounds very different. This can't be.
Complete or
Loser.
recorded.
He didn't
I'm
have JP
yours.
voice at the time. I can't remember. Okay.
Forever and ever.
So he didn't even have a voice. Oh damn. So this is the first time we're hearing Ganges' voice. Since whatever update added voice acting, I guess. After the enormous explosion, the realm went silent once more. Cirrus and I held each other's hands tightly, watching as Pi's massive body gradually disintegrated and faded away like an untimely fireworks show. 2.2 or 2.5. Okay. So hopefully this means we will be getting more of the older stuff voiced. Because I'd like to see them voiced from the very beginning. I think that'd be cool. All of the data cubes fell to the ground until a figure slowly began to appear among them. Is it Pi? Oh, yeah, it's Pi. She looks so ugly right there. Look at that ugly smirk. Or that ugly grimace. Adjutant. You really are a handsome, charismatic guy, right? Pi's voice was sporadic and interspersed with electrical distortion. But from her expression, it was clear she wasn't saying anything nice. Oh, so she's being mean. After we defeated her phantom, a thin, childlike Pi had reappeared before us. She was like a lost little girl, standing defenseless and frozen, out of place in her surroundings. I slowly approached her, forcing her to look up at me. You shouldn't have chosen to fight me in a world so dependent on the strength of consciousness, Director Pi. Thanks to your old colleague, I'm pretty sensitive to this sort of stuff now. We're talking about Omega? I'll kill you! No, you fucking won't. Resentment flashed through Pi's eyes as a blade suddenly appeared in her hand. She plunged it toward my chest without a moment's hesitation. I think she needs some brat correction. She's a hag, but brat correction might actually work with her. As soon as the knife touched me, it disappeared before Cirrus or Katya could even react. That old brink of death trick will only work once. Oh, what did I just do now? I looked at Pi apathetically. With a gentle shove, she fell to the ground like a rag doll. You can't hurt me that easily in this realm. So the power from before was also... I nodded. When I grabbed Cirrus's hand, I gave her the strength I imagined she would need to take Pi's hit and strike back. Of course, it would have been impossible in reality. But this was a virtual realm. A place where even a manifestation like Cirrus got exhausted from non-stop combat. But I didn't feel any fatigue. After I realized Pi's plan, I wanted to see if my own consciousness was enough to truly affect this place. With our lives at stake, it was a good thing I had succeeded. She's going to go back on her word, Adjutant. That was true, but she would have to wait until we were all safe to do so. And when that happened... Oh, this is the flashback. This is what I was talking about back then. I would be the one with the surprise. There was no emotion in Pai's empty gaze. No longer interested in our conversation, I turned around and was about to leave when Ganges suddenly floated over. Seeing as my local defense system has been restored, I suggest you give up, Miss Urza. Okay, so she is Urza. My original theory that she was Urza is correct. She's the daughter of the one who created Ganges. Don't call me that. Oh, damn. She got mommy issues. For some reason, Ganges' comment instantly sent Pai over the edge. Already shaken, she stumbled toward Ganges, attempting to crush its core with her bare hands. However, Ganges had no reaction to this. This Pai was nothing more than a weak projection. No matter how much she screamed, or cursed, it was all useless. You shouldn't. You can't know. Pai's voice suddenly cut off. After her projection flashed a few times, she completely vanished from the realm. It looks like the real Pai is in trouble. Before we had entered the Tower of Hanoi, I had sent my terminal's unique signal frequency to Fenny. I originally thought Fenny would be able to handle anything unexpected outside the Tower of Hanoi, but when I realized the real Pai wasn't there, I suddenly changed my mind. Just as Pai sent signals in to invade Ganges' system, I also sent signals in reverse to her while we were fighting in the realm. Even though they were just typical communication signals, they would theoretically be enough for Fenny to follow and find Pai's real location. Ganges, huh? I request that Urza be brought to me for judgment if she is apprehended. What will happen to her based on your laws? For crimes including invading the Ganges system, interfering with the order of New Hentiro, threatening the lives of hundreds of thousands of individuals, and a series of other crimes committed on the outside, she should be punished with lethal injection. Damn, that's harsh, but considering what she did, I don't disagree. Also, Cal, yes, you are a little late. We're almost done with this special chapter. I thought New Hentiro would have utilized milder forms of punishment. And it seems like you know her, right? By the way, welcome to the stream, Cal. And Kagineko. I just realized, I didn't welcome you to the stream either. Welcome to the stream, Cal and Kagineko. I hope you both had a good weekend. Hope it was a lot of fun for you guys. Here's Ganges. New Hentiro has never executed a criminal. She would be the first. In addition, I do not know her. Even though she is Dr. Kalpana's daughter, it will not affect the verdict. You mean she's the daughter of the Dr. Kalpana who created you? I honestly figured that way back when this started. I had assumed she was daughter. I switched to thinking Cirrus might be the daughter. But that definitely confirmed it. Also, Hunter Dune 7 RX, thank you for the raid. I didn't know what that was. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Also, welcome. Welcome. I think you guys, you are the third person to have ever rated me. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are doing well, you and your raiders. And I hope you had a good weekend. Have you played this game before, Snowbreak? Oh, Babies, welcome. It's good to see you here. You're looking awfully cozy. No, I'm basically just reading right now. Doing my best. Doing my best to read in a, in character. So, Babies, how was your weekend? Anything exciting going down? Anything exciting go down? Affirmative. Huh? It's beautiful so far. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. As it said this, Ganges projected a photo depicting a smiling mother and daughter standing in front of a nice house, with Tao standing to their right. The girl seemed to be a teenager, and she looked similar to her mother. Tao looked exactly the same as she currently did, even down to her fashion presence and tense expression. So basically, Tao is just this unchanging old hag. Tao is an unchanging hag. What was wrong with your laptop? I don't remember this. What happened to your laptop? Was it like a virus or just like... Care of your loved ones is important. That is always good. I did the same thing. Saturday, I went to my niece's homecoming parade, the ASU homecoming parade that they took part in. Right! No, I do think you told me that in a previous stream. I think I remember now. But damn. And it's on a laptop too, so like, you know, with a PC, I just if my keyboard's broken, I just have to replace it. No, you did mention that. Yes. Laptop fixing keyboards in a laptop is so freaking difficult. I don't even know what you on the same uppercase. Okay. I am glad you got that fixed. Hopefully it works just as good as it did, or even better than it did before it broke. That's pretty good, honestly. 30 euros to fix a laptop keyboard seems pretty reasonable. I don't know what the going price is for fixing a laptop. That was nice of him. I don't know how much thermal paste costs, but it's nice of him to gift you anything. 30 euros just to do that is it's pretty good. I don't know what euros is worth more than USD, I think. I'm assuming you're talking about your laptop? Was Ganges saying that girl was Pi when she was little? But she looked nothing like the current Pi. I want to see the photo. I remember before, I think it was like roughly $1.50 was $1 US back in the day. Actually, there was a point where the euro was almost twice what the dollar was worth. So, but you're saying that the euro is going down. Damn, that's wild. I might want to consider traveling to Europe then, because it will be a little less expensive. I've traveled to Germany, and when I traveled there, everything was a lot more expensive because the dollar was worth a lot less. So like something in the US that would cost like $20 was like 40. Now, according to my records, Urza died in a car accident while traveling at age 26. However, the person who invaded my system was certainly her. Imagine a genius dying in a car accident of all things. What do you mean? I predict that she faked her death and underwent plastic surgery. But this would have happened before I was created, so I cannot be certain. Even Director Tao was fooled by her disguise. Ah, looks like Pai's relationship with her mom was pretty bad. Yeah, she had mommy issues. Pai had mommy issues. But forget it. I'm not interested in their family drama. Director Tao can handle that later. More importantly, what's the key Pai mentioned? Genghis didn't reply immediately. After a moment, its light lifted up a small strip of matter that slowly floated in front of us. So it's a USB drive? This is... Answer. This is a record of Visitor Cirrus's time in New Hentiro in 2054. Oh, damn. I see. So I really have been to New Hentiro before. Affirmative. Visitor Cirrus, you also received Dr. Kalpana's trust and approval and participated in my final system update. You hold the system key. Imagine giving the system key to someone who constantly forgets everything. That might actually be the safest person to give a key to, because she won't even remember having it. Additionally, you asked me to archive this record before taking a copy for yourself. Question: why are you unaware of this happening, Visitor Cirrus? The memories I took with me were probably all lost in the descent. Understood. But regardless, this is still another memory I've recovered. Thank you, Genghis. After giving the memory to Cirrus, Genghis turned to look at me. As you requested, Visitor Genu, this is the whole story. Dr. Kalpana trusted Visitor Cirrus and left the terminal key with her. Finally, I am very grateful to you for preventing Urza's invasion of my system. Before this, she restricted my contact with the outside world, causing various service bot malfunctions. If you had not been here, the consequences would have been unimaginable. We just happened to be here. If life didn't need treatment, we never would have come to New Hentiro. Negative. I looked at Genghis. Its appearance hadn't changed, but I inexplicably sensed a faint difference. I influenced the media to increase coverage of Heartflow Garden, so Yggdrasil's stationed correspondent would notice and notify her superior. I then controlled incoming Skyport flights and relaxed the border control procedures so you could arrive at the right time. The final step was to open the portal to the realm in the hall. Damn, so he had this whole thing planned out. I guess that's an AI for you. From what humans could see, I was simply maintaining the balance of this city as per usual. Thus, Urza would not stop me from doing so. If too many people began to suspect there was something wrong with my system, her scheme would have been exposed. You used all of us? I'm not sure how he feels yet. I sincerely apologize if it makes you uncomfortable, Visitor Genu. However, I do not believe I was using you. Rather, I believe I was guiding you. It is precisely due to your unique existence, Visitor Genu, that I believed you could resolve this crisis. That is the reason I made such decisions. Can't blame a AI for trying, I guess. I believe it was necessary to protect New Hentiro. When you were in true danger, I also did my best to provide you with assistance. It was referring to the white light that wiped out all the monsters on the snowfield. In addition, after my system is fully restored, I will treat visitor life, as promised. But New Hentiro is currently still in crisis. I must restore order in the city before fulfilling my promise. What an airtight plan. Genghis' promise made the last bit of lingering resentment in my heart vanish. As long as it could actually help life, I didn't care about it using us. Furthermore, The former board was originally one of our targets on this trip anyway. So we can leave here then, right? Jane just didn't respond. Its eyes slowly turned gray, and it seemed like it had returned to a dormant state. Edda's gonna appear, isn't she? It was time to go. There was still a lot of trouble to deal with outside. The door to the Tower of Hanoi was likely open, and we needed to get in contact with everyone on the outside right away. Katya and Nozomi waved to me as they walked through the portal Genghis opened. Let's go too, Cirrus. Cirrus? Cirrus was looking down at the memory she had just retrieved, seemingly thinking about it this whole time. After hearing my voice, she revealed a smile and raised her head. Oh.
Adjutant, I've got something special for you.
Oh! We got voice acting! Oh, damn!
It's a really precious memory to me. But rather than this old memory, I want to remember the memory of coming to New Hentaro this time with you. I'm so happy every minute I'm with you.
Oh, that's sweet. She's so precious.
In this moment, I'm the happiest me I could be. So, even if I only remember a few things in the future, I hope I can remember more about you, Adjutant. And I hope you can remember more things about me.
Still noticing that the subtitles are slightly different than the dialogue.
Whether it's the
But that's
confused me
fine.
in the past, or the me now. As long as you remember me, it proves I once existed.
A little odd, not talk. And just letting them talk. I'm not used to it anymore. I'll take good care of it. Nope, I'm talking again. Then you need to give me something in exchange, Adjutant. Before I could answer, the girl in front of me had already thrown herself into my arms. Her hot and moist breath then brushed across my lips. I felt Cirrus's burning love and responded even more intensely as we intertwined. It was like everything surrounding us in the realm froze, and we were the only ones who existed here. After a long time, I gently released her. Where did you learn to be so mischievous? The Heimdall Forest is full of degenerates. Didn't you know that? I'm not being mischievous. It's just to deepen my memories. The voice in my arms grew softer and softer until it was nearly inaudible. This is a lie. She is being deep. It is a little odd, how we only get like a few areas where they actually have voice acting. So I'm hoping that will change at some point. After we left the collapsing realm, deep down, I still had a vague feeling that I was in another world. It was different than Valhalla, the realm of consciousness, made of Tytogen that I could enter by focusing my ability. Before coming to New Hentaro, I had no idea there could be something in this world as magical as the realms. Maybe the power of Genghis holds could also... Adjutant? Cirrus suddenly spoke to me after standing by my side quietly, followed by increased pressure from her fingertips. The goldfish tilted her head and looked at me with wide eyes. What did you just say? I'm gonna caress her face. I didn't answer her question. Instead, I couldn't stop myself from reaching out to touch her cheek. Yeah, I felt this is more in line with the adjutant because it's more intimate. I opened my hand, placing my palm and fingers on her smooth, delicate face. Adjutant? What? Ahem. Ahem. Katya. We got an audience here. Earth to Adjutant? What were you trying to do just now? The Adjutant just got cock-blocked. Holy shit. A clearly unamused tone floated into my ears, followed by a trembling feeling on my scalp. The familiar sensation of stifling heaviness gave me the chills before I completely came back to my senses. She's just jealous. I then spotted her sharp gaze as well as her palm defiantly pushed against my chest. She's definitely jealous. She's jealous, right, you guys? Did you lose control? Calm down. You almost put fragmented Titagen into her body. Oh shit. Did I really? Thanks to her, I stumbled backward. Katya pulled Cirrus away without any further explanation, checking the confused goldfish over. Well, are you okay? Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw that. There's definitely jealousy. She is not actually wondering if Cirrus is okay. She's just like, bruh, you should be doing that. It should have been me, not her. I'm okay. Katya, Those two locals went to handle their own stuff. They're reassuring the public or whatever. I was just waiting here for you guys to come out. A lot of competition. I'm trying to think about how many women the adjutant has in his harem by this point, and it's a lot. I just had to clean up one mess. Don't make another one. She glanced over at me. I didn't do anything. Why is she glancing at me? You. There's a time and a place to bully girls. What are you talking about? She pulled a small makeup mirror from out of somewhere and tossed it over. You've got a little lipstick there. Wipe it off. Oh man. Ah, poor Cirrus. Poor Cirrus. Her face flushed. Cirrus looked over at me before quickly turning away. Katya grinned and stared at me with a smile. Oh man. Our nice vacation was ruined. Are the two of us just destined to be unlucky? I always have to fix all of your problem. She stopped herself before finishing the sentence. But it wasn't because she was done teasing me. Rather, 2 new visitors had joined the 3 of us in the Tower of Hanoi. Wonder who it could be. Life's just staring. What timing. Life. How? It's a long story. The Levitane member's eyes widened, her gaze jumping back and forth, as if she was considering the right words to explain everything. And I was frozen like a block of ice ever since she appeared, unable to take a single step or look away. What are you looking at? Not you. Like me, there was no one else in her eyes, but I still didn't think her question was directed at me. Ultimately, I found it even more strange that life's tone, expression, and aura, though all very familiar to me, felt very unnatural coming from her. Never mind. It's nothing. I couldn't tell if she was laughing or sighing. She narrowed her eyes and shook her head, looking around at everyone present. Then, her gaze returned to me. are you okay? We said those 3 words simultaneously, finally making sure the other was safe. With that, Cirrus, Katya, and Agave all exchanged the necessary information, as life went back to her typical silence. It was as if the smile she had just shown us never even existed. Why does Agave look so horny right now? What happened is, then, so Ganges isn't at risk for the time being. If we still want to go with the original treatment plan, we had better do it now. And would you mind not staring at Ginu? Huh? Was it that obvious? Katya was. This woman's got an eye. She gets jealous easily. Yes, really obvious. How do you say that again? Oh, an ulterior motive. Alright, let's get back to business. I forced myself to put on a cold expression, interrupting the girls' teasing. There were some urgent matters I needed their help with. We still have no way to contact Yggdrasil, right? Right. Everything is still complete chaos outside. Well, it's going to take some time for Nozomi and Modak to get the locals back in order. But even then, I wouldn't recommend using New Hentiro's communication network to contact the company. Her invasion of Ganges was so deep that New Hentiro's information security system failed. That means all information we communicate through ordinary channels could be leaked. Katya's on the money. Yes, Yggdrasil's schedule, our plans, everything could be exposed. She tilted her head, glanced over at Life, then turned to face me again. Everything else is okay. The main thing is... What do you think? At this point, I was looking to her for an excuse to refuse, give up, or retreat. After all of the danger we had experienced so far, I didn't want to put them at risk anymore. But Life just stood there, faintly shaking her head. She decimated the cowardice festering inside of me with a nearly inaudible sigh. Not wanting to do something and not doing something are 2 different things, Adjutant. Not wanting to do something and not doing something are 2 different things. As long as you're here, I know I always have a choice. Let's go. Take me there. Life reached out, gently patting Agave on the shoulder before turning around without an ounce of hesitation. She then walked out of the Tower of Hanoi. Hold on. In that case, there were still some things that had to be immediately taken care of. Oh, are we in the meeting room? This is Yggdrasil, I think. It was so quiet, you could hear a pin drop. Unlike the current, raucous chaos of New Hentiro, the air here was still and chilling. Perhaps the only thing here that could resemble chaos was her mind. Whose mind? Oh, it's Tess! What did the people from Cathode Technology say? Director Tao? A crisp voice broke through the silence. The former private soldier took the communicator sitting on the table and took a step toward her chair. Habitual actions, once so mundane they wouldn't even attract attention, now took on new meaning. In the past, Tess wouldn't have asked a question like she just did. She was still a deadly weapon, but now, the person wielding her had given her the power to think. They only asked why. 3 whys. Why did the company send Marianne to New Hentiro? After a brief moment of surprise, the magician narrowed her eyes and spoke. Yes, they know about Marianne's trip. But they weren't supposed to. Who told them? No. Instead, we should be asking why someone told them at this point in time. They also asked us why the tree in Kuru is becoming more active. It is on nearly the same level as the tree in Yaris previously was, and it seems to be diffusing Titagen in a specific direction. It's not strange that they know about the tree in the Kuru region activating, but it seems like they know too much. They specifically asked why the Titagen contamination was spreading toward New Hentiro. So, what about the last why? Compared to the first two, the last one isn't very surprising. Rather than a question, it's more like a complaint after their previous panic. They also noticed that New Hentiro stopped moving after heading toward Hurricane Rose for several hours. It seems that Genghis has regained control of New Hentiro. Jinu must have done something. But the adjutant hasn't contacted the company for a while. He must think there could be problems with the confidentiality of any communication. Or does it have something to do with that strange storm? We can't wait any longer. Something is going on here. Director Tao? Have everyone meet in my office. You need to go find Jinu. Even if you can't enter New Hentiro, you need to at least head to the Kuru region. You need to head to the Kuru region at the very least. Understood. I'll let everyone know now. Give me 5 minutes. After you let them know, start getting ready. I'm afraid you'll need to leave first before sundown. To Cathode Technologies? Should I find out who's trying to compromise Yggdrasil's few remaining allies? Even working on her own, she was still as sharp as ever. She was both precise and deadly. Tess. Huh? Yes? I'm sorry. It's okay. I think Tess just got the creeps. The red-haired girl pursed her lips, squinted, and smiled, stopping Tao from saying what she wanted to. There's no need for that. Not to mention, it wasn't your order at all. I know exactly who to settle the score with. Don't worry. Right. Just now, Ichol. Did I sound like her? Heh. After leaving with a hearty smile, and not giving Director Tao the chance to say another word, the Heimdall forces Tess Kotkin disappeared behind the door like a wisp of smoke. Things didn't look good whatsoever. Even though we had managed to get life to Heartglow Garden, using the equipment there in tandem with Genghis' remaining computing power to begin treatment. Stop moping, Adjutant. I don't want to get into this thing with the image of your anxious expression in my head. Even though I had already arranged for Cirrus and Katya to head to New Hentiro's lower level, rendezvous with Fenny, near the Sky Island base that supported the floating city. So before you even went into the Tower of Hanoi... you were thinking about my intel report from back then. 2 former board members fled to Kuru and vanished into thin air. You suspect they'd try something, so you had Fenny track them down from the beginning. I really don't know if you were just being overly paranoid or judiciously planning ahead. Even though I had asked Agave to help calm the riots in the city. The more plans I made, the stronger the inexplicable worry in my heart grew. I was constantly forced to play this game of cards. I had no choice but to bite the bullet and play each and every card in my hand. And even though the house made the rules, I never followed them. My opponents, spectators, everyone was watching me. In that case, should I just hide my cards and cheat? Yes. Marianne! A delicate, small voice floated from behind into my ears with a slight trill. A gentle touch on my back followed the sound, as soft as a spider's silk. The girl who had been hiding in the shadows appeared without a sound. As she responded to my question, she slipped her fingers between mine and tightly grasped my hand. Then, she slowly pressed her cheek up against my back. Here's our favorite masochist. She gave me a permit to enter the city years ago, but I couldn't be in two places at once. Just like the company needs me here now. This is a flashback. I think I remember this happening. I'll find someone to get permits for you too. Take this one too and go visit. My gaze followed her hand and looked down at the red card now in my palm. When you walked out of Director Tao's office and handed it straight to me, it was my dream opportunity, Adjutant. Haven't seen much of Marianne. I'll never let someone manipulate you again. Please use me as bait. I'll be your trump card. Just throw me onto the table. I think she wants this. I'm just gonna say, I'm not sure I would trust her as bait, just because I'm fairly certain she'd enjoy it. Just like we promised a long time ago. Just like you promised me. Alright, and there we go. That's that done. We are now at... We finished the Realm of Illusions. So now, we are on Chapter 13. Suspense in Skytopia. But before that, we are going to take a quick break. I have to go to the restroom. And so you guys are going to get a cat stream. So cat stream, let's go. Let me see where my cat is. He's probably over still by the window. Alright, cat stream is, at least for now, done. We're done with the cat stream for now. Next time I do a cat stream, I will actually change the monitor to this one. I'll change the monitor to this one so that you guys can actually see the cat stream. I completely forgot to do that. I'm still not used to all of the different like visual called. Oh, he's coming back. Daiki. Daiki. He's coming back. Hang on. Daiki. What you doing? Oh yeah, he's coming. Maybe. Nah, he might. Yeah, he's just sitting right here. Hang on, I'll show you guys. Of course, he takes my seat. Look at this guy. He's just like, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is also mine. It's like the cat motto right there. Why are you taking my seat? Oh, and he's just making himself comfortable on my chair. Kid. Ah. That's exactly it. He wants to play Snowbreak. He wants to collect all the waifus. He understands Peak. He's a he's a cat of culture. I'll let him stay on here for a second. But then we're moving you, kid. I'm gonna put you over in that area. This is my seat. Alright. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna pick him up. Ain't gonna like it, but he's gotta be picked. Ready? Alright. We're good. We're gonna change the screen. Back to this, because we are gonna be playing the Snowbreak. Gonna go into chapter 13, Suspense in Skytopia. And I'll let him do what he wants. I don't know if he's gonna stay there or if he's gonna move, but you know, cats do whatever they want to do. So all right. This time, I'll start here. Waiter, sir. Excuse me. Sir? Hello? It was like the voice right next to me, assaulting my eardrums. The close yet distant sound made my scalp prickle, and my spine tingle in turn. Oh, yep, there he goes. He's up. What he's doing yet, but we'll see. Yeah, he's going back. He's going back to his cat tree. In that case, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Be the cat ears. Since you don't have my cat anymore, since Daiki is gone, I will be the cat. Meow. Bewildered, I looked up to see an unfamiliar face in front of me. Yes? Apologies. I wanted to ask what you'd like to order. Oh, phone's ringing. Do I press something? With the untimely buzzing of my communicator, I quickly scanned my surroundings and checked my situation. It looked like a restaurant, a nondescript place on one of the outlying airborne islands of New Hentiro. So the person standing in front of me was probably a waiter? Go ahead and take that call first. I'll come back later. It's fine. Before he could leave, I spoke up to stop him. I'd like to order one of whatever the chef recommends. Okay. One order of the chef's recommendation. Any special requests or allergies? I shook my head gently, both to respond to the waiter and in an effort to wake myself up a bit, so I've been sleeping. Okay, and I'll put the order in. Hold on, sorry. The waiter in front of me maintained an unnatural smile, squinting as he looked at me once more. Do you have anything that would be a good pick-me-up? I'm sorry, sir, but there are no neurostimulants sold in all of New Hentiro. Wonderful. You thought I was an addict. Even though my confused appearance was somewhat suspicious, why did his mind immediately go there? That's what I'd like to know. No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, like a drink. Ah, I apologize. I misunderstood. Of course, sir. He placed the tablet displaying the menu on the table in front of me. Scrolling a few pages, he finally pointed to one of the items. Ice cubes, chili powder, wild grape puree, blueberry extract. Oh, wait a minute. Is this thing seriously okay to drink? I've had stuff like that. You have anything a little more normal? He revealed a confused expression, as if to ask, is this one really that weird? Yes. You know what that sounds like? That drink that he just described sounds like one of the energy shots. I don't know if you guys know, like the little health nutrition shots that you can take. They're like these little bottles, and you just down it in one go. Taste awful, by the way. After staring at one another for a moment, I gave up and lowered my head to find something myself. This drink, please. A Mimir soda with mint and ice? Of course, sir. 2 glasses, thanks. All right. The waiter left, with a skeptical look on his face. I watched him walk away until he rounded the corner leading into the kitchen, completely disappearing from my sight. Beep. There we go again. That phone is really shaking me. Adjutant? Wow, serious, that's loud. I heard the goldfish's anxious and slightly angry voice on the other end of my communicator. Why did you take so long to pick up? We thought you... Don't worry. I just got held up while doing an experiment. Is that like code for something? Oh, come on. You got another weird idea again, right? She snatched the communicator from the goldfish and stared down at me with a bitter expression. We're not with you now, so you better not try anything dangerous. I know what I'm doing. We don't have much time. Tell me what's going on at your end. See for yourself? She held up the communicator and rotated it in a circle so I could see every detail of her and the goldfish's surroundings. This tunnel is better than the one where we ran into Fenny, but it's also been corroded by Titagen. Adjutant, We now have reason to suspect that the Sky Island base supporting New Hentiro has been... It's like it was eaten away from the inside by some kind of insect. Oh, that sounds bad. Katya pulled out a crossbow bolt and struck the wall beside her as she spoke. The sharp bolt destroyed the wall with ease. Large chunks of brick crumbled to reveal Titagen crystals. Easier to cut than a block of tofu. What's your plan now? Contact Idrisil. Explain the situation to Tau and ask her to mobilize some forces to assist. You know this very call is probably being monitored by outsiders, right? Contacting the company right now would be like holding a megaphone and broadcasting to the whole world. Oh. Oh my god, have I been muted this whole time? I apologize, you guys. I don't know how long I've been muted. Cal, what was the last thing you heard me say? Because I feel like if I've been muted this long, chances are everything I just said here you probably missed. Or I probably didn't you didn't hear me. Not sure, but then I hear your voice gone, so I looked. And so, okay. So hopefully it wasn't too long then. Hopefully. Without knowing where I got lost or where I got muted, I can't say anything, so I'm just gonna assume not so long, less than a minute. Okay, so not too long. Really wonder how I'm getting muted. Like, I don't press this. The way to mute it is like this little button up top, you press it. That's how you mute it right there. Just press this little button up. I don't remember pressing this. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's continue to read. Visual novel allegations. Snowbreak ain't never getting rid of those. So she was probably thinking, how dare you hide something from me? Even so, it wasn't the time to consider her personal feelings. And I'd hidden more than this from her. Ooh. I feel like that would make Katya very angry. But I also feel like the adjutant kind of wants to see that. Before things continued to escalate, I had to take preventive measures. At the very least, I needed to ensure all of my operatives in New Hentiro were safe. If it came down to it, I would risk it alone. Contact the company. If Tau wants you guys to retreat, don't refuse. I'll stay here and play it by ear. Katya doesn't look too happy with that. I hung up before Katya could argue, turning back to look at Marianne as she stood behind me. So we knew Katya was gonna argue, and we're like, nope. Sorry, lady. Here, sit down. Okay. As if it was an order, she nodded obediently, nimbly walked around in front of me, and sat down in the opposite chair. The waiter, who had put up with me before, also happened to approach with a tray just then. There was obvious shock on his face when he spotted another customer at the table, but he soon regained his composure. Enjoy. Are you new to this job? She looked up at the waiter, using the gentlest tone to make this sharp comment. I apologize. Ma'am, was I being discourteous? No, you just look extremely nervous. I leaned back in my chair, rested my chin on my intertwined fingers, and observed this spontaneous interrogation. Please forgive me. Robots typically do this kind of work in New Hentiro. I'm still not really used to it. If you're working at a time like this, you must have sided with the Bionics, right? No, I don't take sides. I'm just an ordinary citizen of New Hentiro. Sorry for the trouble. Please enjoy. The waiter suddenly revealed a serious expression, leaving without saying more. It was as if Marianne's question just now had deeply offended him. You saw that, right, Adjutant? Everyone here is like that now. They're confused and panicked. Without Genghis regulating everything and the robot support, they are incredibly uneasy about the societal order and their place within it. They're like rock climbers who suddenly realize the safety ropes around their waists broke. Shit, man. If I was a rock climber and the safety that broke, like the safety rope, that would be awful. I don't know if any of you have ever been rock climbing. I've done it once or twice, and I'm terrified of heights. Like, I do it despite that because I feel like it's important to face your fears, but like, damn. If that had happened, I would be so panicked. If someone wanted to alter their mental state with Tytogen, this would undoubtedly be the perfect time. Adjutant? She opened her mouth slightly and gasped, looking at the plate I slid over in front of her with a puzzled expression. Let's eat while we talk. Relax a little. She reluctantly pursed her lips. After a moment, she reached out in an attempt to push the plate back toward me. I'm fine, Adjutant. Why does she have tears in her eyes? I'm not mistaken, right? She's like got tears in her eyes right here. What's going on? Eat. Eat all of it. Okay. Understood. Oh, what? As I grabbed a soda, the ice cubes in the glass clinked together with my rough movement. After biting down on the straw, the intense carbonation and minty flavor immediately burst into my head. Why was she laughing? You're finally willing to share your burden and put me to proper use. Even though she was being forced to eat against is that a punishment? She still maintained her elegance She still maintained her elegance as a rich heiress. After swallowing the food she had carefully chewed, she looked up at me with a burning gaze. Did that just turn her on? I'm afraid you're more panicked than anyone at a time like this. If giving me orders puts you at ease, briefly, go right ahead. Something tells me she likes being ordered around. He saw right through me. You don't know who our enemy is, what they want to do, if life's treatment is going to work. You hate not knowing. When you're stressed, it's normal to want to let off some steam. I'm happy to be the one to help you do it right now. So don't worry, Adjutant. I'm done eating. I ate it all, just like you ordered me to. Man, there's so many things I could think of right here, but I'm not going to say any of them. She had been eating slowly, but it felt like not much time had passed. I'm wondering why certain sentences have been not highlighted, but why the text is in like an orange color. I'm assuming this is somehow important, but I don't imagine how. Or maybe it would be more accurate to say, before I realized it, my senses, intellect, language ability, and logical analysis had all begun to feel odd. Now that I thought about it, when did I get to the restaurant? Did I come here just to wait for Marianne? I did everything you asked me to before. Her voice interrupted my train of thought. When I came back to my senses and looked at her, I noticed she was busy writing something on a notepad. These are all the places that are relatively safe in New Hentiro. They are also where you can talk to those two locals who owe you a favor. So she's talking about Nozomi and Marduk, I believe. I located the hidden ambush agents and took care of them. She handed me the notepad with coordinates written on it. Yes, this is Suspense in Skytopia. This chapter has a lot of mind games. I'm a little curious to what these mind games are. Like, I don't know, I can already tell that something weird is going on with the Adjutant, but I don't know what. So I can't tell if this is something he did to himself intentionally, if like the weirdness is something that his enemies are doing to him. Can't figure it out. You told me before. I need to remind you if there are certain things you can't remember. So the enemy is doing something to us, and we're counteracting it by using Marianne? Adjutant, do you remember now? Can't remember. What was she talking about? Life? Benny? Benny is waiting for you. No, we're gonna get to see our girl. The sunlight was beating down, but my body felt cold. I'll head to Skyport to help you keep an eye on things. As soon as I get the chance, I'll prioritize securing a safe route for us to leave New Hentiro. Is this a flashback? This is a flashback. After repeating those words to me, Marianne left, leaving me alone to follow her map as I searched the desolate streets of New Hentiro. Penny isn't here. He isn't there either. Where the hell did she go? Frustrated and uneasy, my blood pressure began to rise, and my skin began to tingle. Just as my whole body began going stiff, and my breathing grew labored. Hey! Oh boy, Fenny suddenly shows up. Someone reached out from behind me and attempted to grab my left arm. Ah! My instincts kicked in before I had time to think. I stepped backward with my left foot, raised my left arm, and rotated sideways, causing my attacker to stumble forward after missing. I then grabbed my opponent's wrist with my right hand, yanking it upward. This threw them even more off balance, and I finally used my raised left hand to strike at my opponent's neck. At least, that's what I was trying to do. But after a brief moment of surprise, my opponent bent their elbow to block the attack. A salty, fragrant object was then shoved into my mouth as I inadvertently opened it. Man, that's enough, right? We almost struck Fanny. Motherfucker. When I straightened up with a half-eaten hot dog in my mouth, Benny was looking at me with her arms crossed and eyebrows raised. This was totally our fault, by the way. I watched you standing at the door like an idiot for almost half an hour through the window. What are you saying? Huh? Ah, jeez. She was momentarily stunned before revealing a resigned expression, reaching out and pulling the hot dog out of my mouth. The bread and meat left behind gave off a strong taste, and I couldn't help coughing. What are you saying? Half an hour? I've been standing at the door for half an hour? Why would I lie about that? You're such a dummy. I am a little curious about what the fuck is going on with the adjutant. Like, it seems like there's maybe, like, it's almost like there's a virus in his head. As she said this, she naturally moved close to me and reached out to wipe the corners of my lips. However, I had no interest in indulging in her tenderness at the moment. A more terrifying thought was beginning to emerge in my mind. Was there something wrong with my awareness of time and space? Ah. So that's anytime something weird is happening, we get this orange text. Anyway, I almost caught the real Pi. She was hiding in the Sky Island base under New Hentiro, really willing to put her own body at risk by coming here. Before I had the chance to fully recover from this new strange sensation, Fenny had already begun recounting what happened. But that strange lady suddenly appeared and screwed everything up. Damn. I don't want to admit it, but she was probably the toughest opponent I've ever faced. We're talking about someone. That lady. It seems like she is really good at manipulating Titagen. If I hadn't run into Circe and Katya, I'm pretty sure my theotropic nerves would have... Are you feeling better now? I still feel horrible. It's hard to describe. It's like all of my energy is used up way faster. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't be here eating this gross slop. Gross slop. What is she eating? Ah, hot dog. She glanced down at the half-eaten hot dog in her hand with a disgusted expression. Then took a big, angry bite. So Fenny does not like hot dogs unless it's the adjutants. This is good to know. This is good information. What's the plan? Should we just think of some way to catch that lady in Pi? I mean, the entrance and exit to this floating city are both blocked off, so they can't hide for long. Didn't you help 2 locals in the Tower of Hanoi? Have them and that Levitine girl... Oh. She didn't finish her sentence before she suddenly went slack and fell right into my arms. I instinctively opened my arms to embrace her. Before my brain could react, the dense, fragmented Titagen had already invaded every inch of my skin in contact with Fenny. Oh shit. Fenny? Fenny! The stifling heaviness returned, and I fell to the ground holding her. My hands were stuck firmly on her lower back and shoulder, as if they were suctioned on, and the fragmented vision caused by the Titagen flashed through my mind. This isn't over. Don't try to run from me. Benny, calm down. It's all right. So that's when they were trying to confront Pi and found a strange lady. And I'm assuming this might be the strange lady. What happened? I could see a vague figure in front of me, but I couldn't tell if it was real or an illusion. Stay back. Stay back. Don't come any closer. It's dangerous. Ah, don't worry. This kind of thing is really common in New Hentiro these days. Ganges is still being repaired, and the citizens occasionally get too worked up when they aren't being managed. No. Stay away. The figure in front of me grew larger and clearer. The next second, they seemingly took something from my arms, and I let out a series of deep gasps as if I'd been rescued from drowning. Did she grab Fenny? Oh, fuck no. The figure had separated Fenny from me. Without the invading Titagen, my senses and mind rushed back to me like a strong tide. And you stand? A hand, donning a black leather glove, came into my view. The fingers were slender, and the palm well proportioned. I raised my head to look at its source and saw her. So who is this? This is an unfamiliar face. At the very least, you should head somewhere safe for now, right? I was looking at the tall woman in a somewhat tight uniform. She was looking at me with a nearly undetectable smile. She's got a fang! How are you doing that? It's impossible. Yes, it was impossible. Benny's body was inundated with a large amount of Titagen, a kind seemingly different from that which I had dealt with in the past. Otherwise, it wouldn't have overwhelmed me like that. The woman in front of me had just pulled us apart, but she was completely relaxed. I couldn't discern anything unusual at all. Rosani, I'm the bartender at that place over there. Seeing that I hadn't responded for some time, she grabbed my hand and yanked me up anyway. This girl of yours looks like she needs treatment. I'm not sure I trust this Rosani. I'm gonna say this right now, I don't trust her. Anytime a video game or book or anime or movie introduces the random ass person who can somehow help you with your problems, sus. Mad sus. About an hour later, Benny and I were in the back room of a bar in an outer island hotel. The bartender, Rosani, was completing the final step in her so-called treatment. Benny was lying down on the sofa in the back room as Rosani carefully applied something to her forehead. It was alcohol, and not the medical grade kind. Well, her fever broke at least. Here, look. He stood up from the sofa and moved to make room for me. I reached out to touch Fenny's forehead and cheeks. Indeed, they weren't burning up anymore. The Titagen ravaging her body had also disappeared without a trace. Thank you. But how are you able to... With all this chaos in the city, an ambulance might take some time. I can help you guys call and make an appointment with a doctor first. The medical centers in New Hentiro are rather reliable. She's interrupting us. She didn't answer my question, but she didn't avoid my gaze either. It's all right. No need. There was something off about this woman. Really off. Of course there is. She literally appeared at just the right moment to give us just the solution we needed. Also, I'm not gonna lie, for as hot as she is, she got that look of a suspicious villainess about her. She got that aura. Sorry. Could you give me some time alone with her? My gut was telling me I needed to get Fenny out of here as soon as possible. By all means, I'll be at the bar outside. If you need anything, just let me know. All of the quiet and calm she displayed were merely perceived as danger from my perspective. With that, As soon as she left the back room and closed the door, I immediately pulled out my communicator to contact the only person who could possibly help us. Adjutant, didn't we agree to maintain radio silence until the company's backup arrived? I heard Agave's slightly surprised voice in my ear. No time to waste on chit-chat. Check if there's an airship at the skyport we could commandeer right away. Marianne is there if you need help on the ground. You can look for her. Wait. Did something happen? Don't ask, just do it. Man, he's snapping. I'm already doing it, but not good. There isn't a single airship at the skyport. You need to explain what happened. Benny urgently needs treatment, and we are in imminent danger. That's all I can say right now. Understand? Agave. Understood. I know your current location. Listen up, Adjutant. Do you remember the coordinates for Heartflow Garden? What are you planning? Take Fenny there now. I'll make sure there is another recovery pod waiting for her there by the time you arrive. With a series of ticking sounds, the floor-to-ceiling window at the back of the room suddenly opened. A cool breeze wafted in from the street outside. Don't take the front door. Don't talk to anyone. Just take Fanning to Heartflow Garden. I'll be there waiting for you guys. She's reliable. There is no time to hesitate and no time to discuss further details. I lifted Fenny off the sofa, rushed out the window, and began sprinting toward Heartflow Garden. But my panicked haste soon came back to bite me. Well, shit. When she walked into the room with 2 specialty soft drinks, she found it empty. She gazed at the open window and the buzzing communicator left behind on the sofa, unable to stop herself from laughing. Shit, see that? I can see why you'd be so worried, but are you really this forgetful, Heimdall Adjutant? I knew she was sus. She pressed the button to answer the call. Shit. Adjutant, someone is approaching the skyport. They made it through the storm, and there's a lot of them. I'm going to follow them. Don't bring Fenny anywhere near here before I can verify their identities and purpose. That sounds bad. So, we just fucked up. That's not good. Alright, so we've only got 1 trial character here. Which means... Oh, we can also use Katya. We'll use Katya. Since she's 80. And... Haru. We can use Haru? Even though I don't think Haru has anything to do with this mission.
I can finally do something for the Adjutant. Perhaps after this mission is over, I should tell him about that.
Tell him about that? What is
this
that?
Sounds like the beginning of some important speech.
She sounds familiar.
Agave.
Mm-hmm. I thought the Adjutant might be worried about you, Miss Marion. So, I came to help.
To take care of them.
Another pair of eyes won't hurt, right? Now, let's see exactly who we're dealing with here.
Boom.
If they're all down, who's cleaning this up? It's yours. I've no need for such things. All done, boss.
All done, boss.
Don't blink.
So what is this? No, let's grab a few of these. We'll do this.
Just a moment. I'll have it done in no time.
Oh, it's a hip shot. Or no?
Don't blink.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up this skill. What is this skill? Cloud shot. That's a standard skill. Wounded bird. That's the ultimate support skill. So what's that thing that just got released? Marianne vaults backwards while firing one empowered shot at the target, dealing kinetic damage and knocking back. So what was that? Was that thing? That thing was not
Just a
something
moment.
I
I'll have
launched
it done
then.
in no time. Allow me to take care of them. Enjoy some pain.
Enjoy some pain. That's a very Marianne thing to say, I think.
It's yours. I've no need for such things. A cry cuts through the storm.
And we'll use her
Taste my
now.
blade. Reveal.
I don't know, Marianne definitely ain't the greatest. I feel.
Always happy to serve.
Yeah, she's in trouble. I'm gonna need to find some health.
All done, boss. The air routes to the city have been blocked off by the storm. How do they just keep coming?
Shot.
Didn't anyone?
These guys should be familiar foes for you, right, Miss Marion? Certainly you've fought them before in Containment Zone Aleph.
They're different from before.
Alright, we're gonna switch.
Bloodthirsty. Dealing with them won't be easy.
Why is it... Oh, is there something here that's preventing me from... Yeah, okay. This is what was preventing me from actually damaging them. I forgot those things exist. So these are the Adventists.
I'll give you points for bravery. Let's hold on to this. This is your last chance.
Oh, man. Even Katya got pretty hurt.
Effective, but not
Oh,
pleasant.
yay.
Always happy to serve.
The signal isn't good up ahead. I'm afraid I won't be of much help.
Don't worry. Once I bite onto something, I don't let go.
That sounds
All right.
dangerous.
Well, be careful. You're the only one the adjutant can rely on now.
A cry cuts through the storm. Don't blink.
And I think that was it. Oh no, keep going this way.
Didn't anyone teach you how to be quiet? Just a moment. I'll have it done in no time. All done, boss.
Adjust plans when the situation changes.
Absconditude. Taste my blade. Reveal.
What is it, flesh wound? Don't worry about it.
Always happy to serve. Adjutant,
Ow.
look at me. Enjoy some pain.
She's saying look at her, but I think that she's saying that because she's actually enjoying this.
No need. I like how it hurts.
Yeah, there you go. No need. I like how
Can
it
you feel
hurts.
the weight of this victory?
She is absolutely batshit crazy. Dazzling white. This is Yggdrasil, right? Maybe because she had been here too long. Or perhaps due to being trapped inside, resting for so long. For a moment, she seemed to understand how the adjutant must have felt as she walked down the hallway on the way to her destination. This cold, gray, and lifeless decor. It certainly matches her past penchant for focusing on rationality while ignoring feelings and emotions. It's hard to understand how this enormous institution is still going strong. Oh, Haru! Her heels rhythmically struck the floor with a crisp sound. This is Haru, right? Her long hair was tied up in a high in a ponytail and swayed as she walked. Chilly air grazed her exposed neck, sending a shiver down her spine. Then, she pushed open the door at the end of the hallway. As she walked in, her boss was talking on her communicator. After spotting Haru, the woman behind the desk was shocked for a moment, before faintly nodding. She then gestured for Haru to take a seat and wait. Haru was somewhat astonished. There were two things that gave her a slightly strange feeling. First, Director Tao's attitude toward her, or rather, toward all of the Heimdall operatives, had changed. It was actually genuine, not just a temporary act. Second, she noticed Tao had clearly aged. Oh, that sounds bad. If she looked closely at Tao's cheeks, eyes, and forehead, she could already see some fine wrinkles forming. This would typically never appear on the face of the Yggdrasil director. Aging, exhausted, and burnt out. It was hard to believe. Haru bowed slightly to Tao, walking over to the couch, sit, and attempting not to look over at the director. Just moments later, the voice she heard pulled her gaze right back. Tao pressed a button and began sharing the voices and holographic images of the two Heimdall operatives on the other end of the call with her. Haru looked at her boss in confusion, but Tao shifted her gaze to focus on the call once again. While we were in the realm in the Tower of Hanoi, Benny almost succeeded in apprehending Pai in the real world. I was speaking in what I have deemed Katya's voice, but it was Cirrus talking, damn. The adjutant asked Katya and me to meet up with Fenny, and we happened to run into her while she was chasing after the target. But an adversary stopped Fenny, took Pai away, and activated the massive amount of Titagen that had already seeped throughout the Sky Island based in New Hentiro. Fenny lost control and almost became flooded. Appearing as a holographic image, Cirrus succinctly reported everything that had happened in New Hentiro so far to Director Tao. Katya stood next to her with a somber expression, remaining silent. When Jinu had you go to the lower levels to meet up with Fenny, did he mention any other plans? No. He's been acting weird since he came out of the Tower of Hanoi. It's like he's in his own little world. Katya suddenly spoke, her expression growing even more grim. Thinking back on it now, it seems like he was deliberately trying to shake us off. After we made sure Fenny was safe, he told her to head back up into the city alone. He had Cirrus and I stay on the lower level. Then the storm got even more intense. Now it's too hard for Katya and me to head back the same way we came. And the adjutant... He broke the radio silence rule he set, and asked you to contact me and report the situation, correct? Yes, Director Tao. I have a general idea of what's going on. Actually, his plan makes sense. I really do need you two to come back to the company as soon as possible. What? Oh, Katya is surprised. This order, which seemed completely illogical, shocked the two people standing in the tunnel of the Sky Island base. Cirrus and Katya looked at one another, harboring the same question in their hearts. Can the adjutant predict things before they happen? Interesting. Our enemy's invasion of Ganges wasn't a standalone incident. In other words, everything Pai has done is but a piece in a larger scheme. And I'm assuming that has something to do with the tree. Ginny realized this. He wants to learn more and put a stop to all of it. But the situation on the front lines is rapidly shifting. There are too many factors to consider, and he only has a few operatives with him. So at this critical moment, when we need to stick together, we have to split up? Why in the world? I'm curious about that too. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know? What, are you serious? What doesn't he know? Precisely. None of us know who is powerful enough to pull the strings. Using Pai. Or rather, using multiple former Yggdrasil directors as willing pawns. We don't know who or what is. I mean, I would just assume Edda. But we're gaining on our enemy. For this, I need you two back at the company to provide assistance. You mean Katya and I might know something that could be helpful right now? I need you two to come back and interrogate a certain target. I have reason to believe that we can immediately help Genu turn the tables once we break this person. Ooh, we're breaking someone. Who are they breaking? I had one of our partners in the Kuru region send out a carrier airship. They are now waiting below New Hentiro. Collect samples of the Taitogen from the Sky Island base and head out. No, I refuse. Damn, Katya's always doing things on her own. Katya Klein, do you know which position you should be taking right now? I know. That's why I'll say it again. I refuse. What are you going to do? Go back. Help him. Well, I kind of would expect this from Katya. Katya, are you going to go through the storm? If it's just me, it'll only be a little dangerous. Not a big deal. And I have a good idea of who the company needs to interrogate. I don't think I'm going to be able to help you. But you will. Everything you've been investigating since the incident in Yaris should come in handy. So, and I'm betting you this, the adjutant, whatever is going on with him right now, still planned everything ahead in advance, and at the very end of this chapter, we're gonna get this big reveal that shows he knew all along. The goldfish, lowering her head and remaining silent, pursed her pink lips until they turned pale white. After a long moment, with a deep breath, she raised her head. With that, two sets of footsteps echoed throughout the narrow tunnel, moving in two different directions. No matter. That works too. How are you? Are you feeling better? After talking to herself for a moment, Kao shifted her attention back to Haru. I've been better for a while now. The adjutant watched over me day and night during my treatment. The Tytogen inside me has been... As she said this, she couldn't help thinking back to everything that happened during her recovery. She remembered the first thing she saw every time she opened her eyes was Ginu sitting by her bedside, causing her to unwittingly blush, her heartbeat quickening in turn. Didn't I ask to join the new Hentiro mission before they even left for Kuru? Don't blame me. He insisted he didn't want you going on any combat missions whatsoever. To be honest, I am hesitant about asking you to take on this responsibility today. But she knows the adjutant will get angry at her. I can handle it, Director Tao. I'm the perfect person for the job. Alright. Their people are here. You can head straight over. Naruse Haru stood up and walked to the door. Director Tao? Yes? Do things in New Hentiro look grim? Things certainly don't look good. Benny ran into some trouble and is now lying in a treatment pod at Heartflow Garden alongside Life. Meanwhile, a number of unidentified people wearing Coyote, Adventist, and even military uniforms have invaded the skyport. UI, something's... my phone is... or not my phone, my watch is... I mean, what's going on here? Oh, very low battery. We're at 5%. Okay, we're gonna put... I have a little charger for my, my watch and phone, and even my headset, which I don't have yet. Why didn't you tell those two about that stuff just now? If I told them, they wouldn't come back. Well, Katya's not coming back anyways. I understand. She then walked out of Tao's office. Step by step, she strode through the hallway, past the weapons workshop, slowly descending the stairs, then made her way to the front door. She still remembered him sitting by her bed one day and telling her a story while she was drowsily falling in and out of sleep. She'd already forgotten the specifics of the story, but she remembered him saying, before someone does something that isn't quite right, they need to get mentally prepared. And walking is the best way to get mentally prepared. Wonder if that's true. But when she walked out of the front door and felt the bright sunlight on her skin, she was already ready. Then, she saw Fritzi in front of her. Ah, we're getting Fritzi again. Here. He looks a little pouty. Little Sunshine lowered her head, slowly reached out, and handed Haru a bottle of liquid. Bottle of liquid. This serum will last 3 hours. If you don't make any progress by then, I should already be in Kuru and you can... That's enough time. She interrupted Fritia, unwilling to let the mental defense she just built up crumble. I'm sorry to make you do something like this. As she said this, she tightly grasped the truth serum, walked around Fritia, and headed deep into the streets of the containment zone. She walked through the abandoned subway station, heading into a tunnel on the lower level before finally stopping in front of an iron door embedded within the tunnel wall. There's some familiar looking people. Naruse Haru. Yggdrasil sent you to this. Li Chuishui and her disguised Beowulf Battalion soldiers fixed their gazes on the door of the hidden interrogation room. When Haru pushed the door open and walked in, they all unconsciously moved their hand to the weapons on their hips. secretly escorting someone into the containment zone and conducting a joint interrogation with Yggdrasil. For the Beowulf Battalion, this kind of action was undoubtedly a big risk. And the key to this risk paying off was wearing restraints, sitting behind a table with an expression full of shock, fury. Let's get started. So who is this behind the table? Haru placed the truth serum down on the table, smoothed her collar and the cuffs of her sleeve, then switched on the monitoring device in the corner of the room. Signal test. Special Interrogations Operation. Yggdrasil Heimdall Force Internal Mission 021X. Oh! Now, all clear. Proceed. No problems here either. Welcome back, Captain Haru. After making sure that Tao, in her office, and Tess, far away on the warm southern shores of Ulster, could see and hear everything that was happening, Haru pulled over a chair and sat opposite her target. Welcome to Containment Zone Aleph, Queen Rosa Ivanov. Oh, damn! So that's who we've got here. I remember this bitch. I stood on the monument in the square outside Heartflow Garden, watching as Nozomi and Modak rushed off. The approaching storm had completely changed the air pressure in the city. When Ganges had been disrupted and rebooted, a hole was left in the outermost protective shield. A thin layer of fog had already floated into the square, making it cold and wet. Mr. Adjutant, don't worry. No matter what happens, we'll prioritize keeping this place safe. Keep your chin up, my friend. Or no, wait, that's not Zomi. That's Modak. Keep your chin up, my friend. You are not facing this alone. The people of New Hentiro know how to repay kindness. Seems they're getting along well. I didn't believe it before, but now I'm sure. After living in such a safe place for so long, people really will regress. The voice in my ear was serious and desperate. I turned to look at Agave as she stood next to me. Look at their innocent faces. They still don't understand what's going on. Prioritize keeping this place safe? How? With a pile of scrap metal robots that can't be restarted? Her once playful personality was nowhere to be found, and she revealed the stern expression of a Levitane operative. I'm sorry, Mr. Adjutant. I was too careless. I should have noticed something was wrong in New Hentiro earlier. Earlier? How much earlier would have even been possible? Ah! I looked into her eyes. She was smarter than I thought. But she was a private soldier handpicked by Tao, after all. And I give you orders now. What do you need me to do? 2 things. It could be 2 or 200. I'll do as many things as you need. Wow, she is ready to serve. Just 2. 2 is enough. The enthusiasm exuded by her breathing and behavior left me somewhat surprised. But in a way, it also acted as reassurance that she could handle it. Head back and continue monitoring the situation around New Hentiro. Focus on 3 places. The Skyport, Heartflow Garden, and what else? The bar? No. The Tower of Hanoi. Nozomi and Modak may act rather innocent and inexperienced in combat, both strategically and physically, but the New Hentiro locals see them as leaders right now. We need to help them maintain stability in the Tower of Hanoi where Ganges is located. As long as Ganges can still function, we can shift the tide after we get Life and Fenny out of the treatment pods. Okay, I got it. I'll take care of it. And what's the second thing? You already said it yourself. What do you mean? So she isn't that smart after all? Oh damn, we just called her dumb. I need you to carefully look through all of the new Hentiro border entry records, starting with the incident in Yaros and up until my arrival here, if possible. No problem. Oh boy. This is the face of a degenerate, you got. This is what degeneracy looks like. Send any records that you find suspicious over to the company. If any of the individuals are still in New Hentiro, keep an eye on them too. Okay, then I'll go right away. Wait a moment. You said you've been in New Hentiro for over a year. Did that bar open after you arrived? Nope. It was already there when I got assigned here. Huh. Have you been there before? No. I don't drink. Then how did you know that floor-to-ceiling window in the back room was a hidden electronic door? Well, all electronic devices in New Hentiro connect to a fixed local network. After I used signal tracking to find you and Fenny, all I had to do was scan it. So you aren't the one who told me about that bartender before? Bartender? No, Mr. Genu, what's wrong? Are you okay? Yeah. What's wrong with me? Yeah, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with the adjutant? Flashback to a completely different time? So I'm curious. What do you think of this city? Of these people? Heiress to Cathode Technologies, Marianne Andreotti. Am I so out of it that I can't even remember such a thing? Ah, you need to be careful. There's more than meets the eye with some of these locals. There's a bartender, a tall woman. She knows who I am, my identity. Am I forgetting this scene? Did this scene already happen? I know this is a flashback. Damn. I know that's a flashback, but I can't remember if that's something that actually happened, like, in the game last chapter. Mr. Adjutant? Mr. Adjutant? I began running toward the Outer Island Hotel. Go do what I asked you to, now! I hoped it was just a small oversight. I hoped things wouldn't play out the way I didn't even dare believe, that I refused to believe. Oh boy, but in reality I was too late. I made the wrong choice. Motherfucker. What did she just say? Tessa's voice erupted from the monitoring device in the closed-off interrogation room, her shock and anger palpable to everyone present. That name. The name she just said. Rozan Quarrena. Although Queen Rosa Ivanov fought hard against her own body, she couldn't stop herself from repeating the name under the truth serum's strong effect. You were wrong. From the beginning. Omega, the other former Yggdrasil board members, and Rozan Quarrena. You all misunderstood their connection. You also misunderstood them and her end goal. Oh shit. So this is when we get to Rozan. Tess. I sent you the letter I found in the head of the Andreotti family's bedroom. Haru, still in the interrogation room, and Tao, observing from her office, opened their communicators almost simultaneously and saw the letter Tess had sent over. It was an old piece of parchment with a complex border and neat handwriting. Although the language and prose were elegant, it was undoubtedly a threat. promising the kidnapping of Marianne. Okay, so Marianne's gonna get kidnapped. If Cathode Technologies does not terminate their partnership, oopsies. If Cathode Technologies does not terminate its partnership with Yggdrasil, then the floating utopia in the sky will become the grave for your family's young fledgling. Well, shit. The signature, scrawled in cursive, was the name of the queen, had only just repeated. Roseanne Quarena. And now, okay, we're not flashing to Marianne. I assume that's what we do. So, Undercurrent, Progress, Quagmire, Progress, Newborn. Alright, I think we'll do this. And then I will likely stop playing here. Because I still got work to do.
Looking forward to getting airborne. They've infiltrated this far in. While their clothes may be different, they have the same smell.
Same
Boss,
smell.
the smell of murderers.
Smell of murderers. Damn. So who should I deal with first? This one.
Didn't anyone teach you how to be quiet? If they're all down, just a moment. I'll have it done in no time.
Headshot. Headshot. Boom.
If they're all down, who's...
Alright, we're gonna switch here. We're gonna switch to Mia.
Deep breaths.
Oh, that didn't kill them all.
Wonder if we'll find
There
a
we
hidden
go.
tunnel or two.
I won't disappoint you.
She's excellent at, like, crowd control. That skill of hers is so good.
No need. I like how it hurts. No
Yes.
traps. What a shame. Seems like the adjutant is in much more danger than I thought.
I think you're the one who's in
Who
danger.
could send such a large force so easily? Tau doesn't have the capability. Could there be some powerful figure lurking? A cry cuts through the storm.
I think I just crotch shot at that guy.
If they're all down, who's cleaning this up? It's yours. I've no need for such things. All done, boss.
Okay, so we gathered the enemy intel. Obtain infinite ammo until the end of the stage.
Didn't anyone teach you how to be quiet? Enjoy some pain.
Boom. Oh, I missed that
can
one.
take more. It's yours. I've no need for such things.
Enter the yellow. So enter the teleportation. Oh, down that way. Oh, I could have just waited. I guess that's why they say haste makes waste. Going this way. Enter the teleportation platform. So it's down
I'd
there.
appreciate it if you could watch my back.
Carefully survey the area. Grab this thing over here.
No
I don't know what
need.
this is, but
No traps. What a shame.
Miss Marion, can you hear me?
oh shit.
You're being compromised. Lots of enemies are heading your way. Get out of there, quick!
Assuming that's not going to be possible.
Marion! Abort mission! I repeat, abort mission!
At a moment like this, how could I possibly stop?
Uh. You know what? We're gonna switch to Mia now.
Bang!
Take that and that. Not enough to keep good old me down.
She's there's so much more
Bam!
power per attack.
Ooh, this who can resist shiny things. Gotcha. Bam!
Oh, something's happening. Oh, cutscene. She getting hit? She's gonna get something drops on her. Yep. So we're gonna leave ourselves on this cutscene. There's this not cutscene. This cliffhanger. Took me a moment to figure that out. This cliffhanger. We're gonna leave ourselves on this cliffhanger. What happened to Marianne? Now, thank you guys for joining me in this. I appreciate y'all watching as I play waifu shooter games. To Elysium Pass. Payment. Words. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Tin Can. I appreciate it. Next time. Oh yeah, by the way, really quick, I've been doing this, so I got 3 of these. So I was able to modify this almost completely. And if we go into my operatives, or to her, you can see her weapon. It's at tier 3. And here's her logistics. I haven't trained them all. Just because it's hard. Like it requires you to do a lot of grinding. There you go. That should be better. That should actually also give her a lot better boost. All right, this is all for today. Now we are going. I think I got everything I can. I feel like it. I feel like I got everything I can. Yeah, I got everything I can. So I'll log out of this. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Cal, Tin Can, Kagi Neko. Upper Grasslands. Never mind, is it? No, thank Bob. Dune 7 ERX. Probably saying that wrong. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that as well. I don't know if you're still on here, but if you are, thank you very much. And that's about it. You guys have a good one. Start the Monday off well. And have a good rest of your week. I'll see you all tomorrow.